guys, welcome. Welcome to the Nodes of Fate, your soul growth for 2025-2026. These readings are designed to give you a lot of helpful information about the next 18 months with regard to your soul growth. And I'm pre-recording the intro, which is going to be the same on each of the videos, so that you don't need to, once you've watched this once, you don't need to watch it for the other videos. The readings the tarot readings will be for your rising sign, because on everybody's chart, the rising happens in the same exact spot at the beginning of the first house right here. Okay, where your sun can be anywhere, but your rising will always be in the same spot, and that helps me pinpoint where Pisces likely falls in your chart, so that I can make this very personal and very applicable to you personally. Okay, so that's why if you're watching and you say, oh, there's Aries, I'm an Aries. No, it's for Aries rising. Okay, so the first thing I want you to know is I'm grouping these readings by element. So the first videos will be for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The second group will be Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Third grouping will be for the air signs Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the fourth grouping will be for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So I'm grouping them by element: fire, earth, air, and water. And there's a very specific spread that I'm using, and I won't do a lot of over clarifying, because I've got clear messages about what each position of each card is looking for. Okay, and so let me give you the rundown, but before I do that, please note that I'm offering a Valentine's special on my private readings. $100 off. $100 off. And my readings aren't that expensive anyway, so the link is below, and click on that. It's first come, first serve, so you're not getting a date that you have to commit to. It's first come, first serve, and that special offer disappears at 11:59 p.m. on February 1st. So I will be mentioning it on February 1st as well, for that first February monthly energy update reading. If by chance I don't get to that until the 2nd, I may extend it one day just to be fair, but I'm hoping I catch up with everything. I have 2 sick relatives with the flu, and they live at opposite ends of my town, one on the east coast, one on the west, so I've been running myself ragged taking care of these 2 people, so my apologies. Yeah, so if you want, I've already got a bunch of bookings. These are not going to be a rapid turnaround, so get yourself a spot, and that's my way of saying thank you so much for all of your support these past few months. There has been a noticeable difference in the algorithm, in my ranking, and how I'm doing with regard to the algorithm. So thank you for that, and this is my way to pay it forward. So thank you. So let's talk about the nodes of fate. The North Node and the South Node are the nodes of the moon. They're vectors. They're energy points, right? We have an orbit of the moon. It goes and then it moves with the sun, and then there's like these points where they cross, and the elliptic, and we call that the North Node. And then there's one down here we call the South Node, and that's how we get eclipses. So that's helpful to know. But they like the one for the North Node sort of shoots off an energy vector to the north, and the South Node shoots off an energy vector to the south. And we look, we have Rahu and Ketu as well for those who follow sidereal and astrology, the head of the dragon, the tail, whatever. So what we're talking about here, though, the North Node to me is our dharma. It's what we're here to do. It's our purpose. It gives us direction. The South Node, our karma, what we brought in from past life. And if you don't buy into that, it's kind of what we're already comfortable with. Think of it as your comfort zone. You're good. You don't need to kind of lean on it as a crutch. You can let it go. The North Node should be a little bit more challenging, a little bit out of the comfort zone. So it should be a stretch. Okay, it should stretch us a bit. The nodes change signs every 18 months, and therefore they have about a 19-year journey. It takes them 19 years to get back to the same sign, so think about that. I'm not talking about the nodes in your natal chart. I'm talking about the nodes as they transit. So this is a transiting north and south node. They move backwards. They're always retrograde. So they just moved from Aries and Libra and shifted into Pisces and Virgo. They're always directly opposite each other. So that occurred on January 11th or 12th that they made this change, and they'll be in these signs until August 17th of 2026. So all of our eclipses are going to be in Pisces and Virgo. Okay, little heads up about that. The first few months of 2025 are very heavy with Pisces energy, because we have Neptune, which is the ruler of Pisces, in Pisces. We have Saturn in Pisces, and we have Venus in Pisces. So it's bringing up a lot of karma, a lot of soul lessons, a lot of experiences that we've been clearing stuff out, where we've been asked to let go of a lot at a significant level, which sounds like that would be more of a south node thing. But because Pisces has an energy signature of dissolving, right? That's one of the energy signatures of the 12th house. We dissolve into one, and then we're born anew in Aries, the Alpha and the Omega situation. But with all this concentration of energy in Pisces, in the Pisces area of your chart for these first few months, it's pointing the North Node, pointing you to what needs to be dissolved. As a result, and listen carefully, because I'm seeing a lot of it in the comments on my readings, you may need to focus on your grounding, because you don't want to become too detached or too unmoored, right? It can be very disorienting, is what I'm trying to say. So heads up, focus on your grounding, at least these first few months of 2025, so you've got your wits about you, because there's a lot of very dissolved energy happening in the Pisces area of your chart. Pisces also increases dream states, other states of consciousness as well, especially as we tap into the higher realms, and we can do so more quickly, more easily. With the North Node in Pisces, we'll be learning to trust our energy outside of our body, outside of the physical world. So, meditation, anything when we're working more with manifestation. Any of those of you who work with energy, Reiki, channeling, any of you who have more psychic abilities, it'll be faster, it'll be easier. Those of you who are newer to these gifts may learn quicker. You may feel that you're kind of having logarithmic growth in your skills. All of us may experience that, quite honestly. I talk about ascension a lot, and I talk about ascension from a very internal process, usually, about the work we're doing, right? And about manifestation is part and parcel of the work we do. And I still maintain that. I still believe that, right? I always say the two of wands. What do you want, right? In an ideal world, what do you want if you could have anything? And then what do you need to set in motion so that it arrives? It's not a twitch the nose like Bewitched and then it's there. With Pisces North Node, there's an ascension process that is available a whole lot faster. I'm saying it because I've seen it. We'll be pulling all this energy outside of our physical experience into our current timeline and sort of ascending to that higher timeline. And it's going to feel very real, like it's happening in real time. Like that. So we need to be grounded. We need to be grounded. Very helpful that the South Node is in an Earth sign. But South Node is about purging and release, right? And letting things go. And so the Virgo South Node is where we're clearing out, where we're purging, where we're letting go of what's no longer useful. In Virgo, that relates directly to our physical bodies. Now, does it start to make sense what's happening here? It's the physical body. Specifically with regard to digestion. Oh my God, I just had this experience late December, and it kind of just started to clear out when the nodes change signs. So I had my digestion issue right before they changed signs. Stomach, liver, intestines, it's how we process our energy physically, how we digest energy. Literally, food is energy. We're purging what's no longer healthy, what's no longer needed, what no longer supports us. This also applies to Virgo areas of service, our jobs, our daily routines, and our tasks. It also applies to pets and domesticated animals. I'll go as far as saying farm animals for those of you who work in those fields. Not animals out in the wild, but those that are relatively domesticated, those we need to really be alert and aware of them and what they're purging and what they're experiencing and what's happening with them in the physical realm. We may find that some of our work is just no longer needed, that we're meant to move on. We're meant to move forward into different skills and abilities and tasks. But I want you to see it as not like we're being displaced in any way. It's more of an up-leveling. This whole thing, this next 18 months is an up-leveling, if we choose to see it that way and experience it that way, leading us to healthier ways of being and living. But it's a top-down experience because we're leading with Pisces. Okay, that's why I'm saying let's anchor ourselves, let's stay grounded, because it's a top-down. As we process new downloads, new information, new energies that are taking us almost out of our body into a higher timeline, we have to purge the unhealthy habits and take care of our bodies so we can realign instantly. We ain't gonna have no time for couch potatoing, right? And we gotta realign so we can be grounded, so we can be strong and healthy as we receive more energy and then more downloads. And then we see how our bodies pick that up, how our bodies work with that. But it's top down, and it starts with, oh my God, I'm going to say it, intuition. And I've been threatening you all with a class now for months. And now you see why I've been waiting. I didn't wait intentionally. Lots of crap has happened in between. I did my digestive purge before you all because I couldn't wait for this. I had to get it out of the way so I could up level first, and so that I can talk to you intelligently about intuition. It's going to be about how you feel, what you intuit about the energy that's correct for you. So what's correct for you is not going to be correct for me, is not going to be correct for the next person. And then asking the body to support it, to realign, to support all this energy you're digesting, and realizing that you're now ready to improve. You're ready for this higher timeline. Virgo wants improvement. Virgo energy wants improvement, but it doesn't do that on its own because it's South Node. It takes It takes direction from the Pisces intuition of what needs to be released. It's the processing mechanism. Pisces is the dissolving agent, is the intuition tells you what needs to be dissolved, what needs to be up-leveled, and it's all kind of like, I envisioned it as a transfusion process. That's how I envisioned it. Better word that I heard somebody else say is that it's a mind and body reset. A spiritual mind and body reset. Next 18 months, kids. Mind, body reset. I personally feel transfused after what I went through. I could have used one myself, right? That's what I have. That is the introduction to Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node. In the readings to come, and it is time stamped, as I said, so you can get to what you want. It is for your rising sign, so that I will indicate what houses the Pisces will likely fall in your chart, so that you can look at your natal chart if you have access to it. If you don't, you're not going to need it, because I'm going to say, well, it could be in your 8th, your 7th, or your 6th. Remember, it always moves backwards, and I'm going to give you some key words for what those houses are about, so you know where this big up-leveling may be happening for you. Okay? What areas of life you'll need to be paying attention to, for what needs to go, what you might be ascending to, where your intuition will be sharpest, right? Okay. And that's what I have. So onward and upward. I'm really excited about this. Let's jump in. See you inside. Bye. Hey guys, welcome, Cancer rising, to your Nodes of Fate. Soul growth for 2025-2026. Here we go. This is the Moon and the Hermit. They are our anchor cards for your reading. But before I jump into your tarot spread, two things. One is I still have the $100 off my private readings Valentine's special going on. The link is below. It is first come, first serve, and got a lot of bookings so far, but I wouldn't want you to miss out. So I'm reminding you right here, right now. Go there, click now, get your spot. Okay, because that's going to stop at 11:59 p.m. All right, so before I jump into the spread, I'm going to talk to you about the houses that Pisces, where you will likely find Pisces in your chart. And hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, that is the 9th or the 8th. So let me get to my notes. And so because Cancer rising is a specific point on the chart, it helps me find where Pisces will likely be in your natal chart as the North Node is transiting. So most of you will have Pisces situated in your 9th house. Some of you may have the 8th house as well, because we use a Placidus house system, which means it can kind of be between more than one house. So let me talk to you about the 9th house themes. It's about what is greater than oneself and a guiding force for living. And here are the key words. It's about your belief systems, religion, philosophy, long distance travel, legal matters and the law, internationalism, publishing, public relations, universities and higher education, adventure, search for meaning and purpose, justice, mystical searching and higher education and learning, higher life perspectives. So if you're interested in studying astrology or tarot, that falls under the 9th house as well, just letting you know. So those themes for the 9th, those with Pisces in the 9th house, as the North Node is transiting, there's where you might have some ascension and some higher realm downloads and information coming at you, right? For those of you with Pisces hovering there in the 8th house, we have, that is what one intimately shares with others. So it's about your shared resources, others' opinions, emotional depth. It's the house of sexuality, support from others, insurance, taxes, mysteries, psychology and the psyche, counseling, rituals, taboos, deep transformation, binding contracts, magic, emotional energies from others. It's a money house. So it's about other people's money. So that includes credit cards, loans, inheritances, etc. So because it's a money house and we are talking about Pisces has a dissolving quality, you will want to have your wits about you when it comes to money things. It's not the money you make and it's not the money in your bank, but it is about, contracts, and if there's inheritances and things like that, shared resources, assets and things. Keep your eyes on those kinds of things. I'm just giving everybody that has a money house situation a heads up about that. Okay, so those are all the key words for the 9th house and the 8th house. Obviously, if we're talking about the 9th house and the 8th house, the south node will be opposite. So opposite the 9th house is the 3rd house. So Virgo south node will be in the 3rd house. That's a communication house. That's a house of siblings and local travel and, neighbors and neighborhoods and things like that. Opposite the 8th house is the 2nd house. That's a money house too. That's the money you make, and that's your own money in the bank, and that's your sense of worth and value and your creature comforts and your possessions and stuff like that. And that's where the south node will be transiting. And remember, that's what we're letting go. That's things we need to purge and things that don't serve us anymore. So think of that as a spring cleaning. Okay, all right, so I just wanted to give you, Aquarius rising, a little bit of I'm sorry, did I say, I meant Cancer. Cancer rising. I just did Aquarius, my bad. Cancer rising, wanted to give you a little heads up for the money houses. All right, so I'm jumping in now to your reading. And this is a different kind of a spread. It's not a storyline spread. This isn't good for Sun, Moon, or Venus. It's not good for cross-watching. This is for Cancer rising people. The cards tell the story in the placement. I will read that to you. I don't need to clarify every single card. So just pay close attention to what I'm pulling. All right, this card, 3 of Swords, is your challenge position. This is your support, Page of Wands. Wow, that's kind of neat. And the lessons to learn, Empress. Loving that. Opportunities for growth, King of Swords. And your integration, Devil energy in the integration piece. Okay, so for your challenge, we have this card reveals the current challenge that makes it difficult for you to align with the North Node, Pisces, as it moves through, right? Thus, it provides insights into what you might need to overcome or work through in order to grow and create better alignment. Okay, because we have the Moon card here representing Pisces North Node and all the fears, right, that you might be drawing off of instead of being able to use your intuition because you're operating from pain. So that's your challenge. In your support card, Page of Wands comes through. This card represents the energies or resources available to you for aligning fully with your soul's blueprint. Funny that I mentioned Aquarius because Aquarius got this card too, and they had a rough card. They had the Tower. So this feels to me like we've got an energy of support in like optimism, right? It could be a person, but it could just be an opportunity to sort of find some excitement, find something that you're passionate about. But it could be a messenger. It could be somebody that comes in to show you the bright side of life, to reinvigorate you, to help you pick up and kind of get over the hump, of something that's caused you some pain. So I'm seeing the Page of Wands in a positive way, something that doesn't take itself too seriously, so you don't have to get too serious. It's meant to be uplifting and lighthearted. Lessons to learn. We have the Empress here. This card provides insights into the areas of personal growth and development that are currently relevant to you. This is about you stepping more fully into your role as divine feminine. Okay? So it's a personal growth. It's a lesson about your ability to be open and receptive, even in the face of pain from the past. Okay, so the Page of Wands can only take you so far. The rest of that work, Cancer rising, is yours to do. It's an ascension path that you're on for the next 18 months. It's not going to be easy, obviously, but it's available to you. Okay, and the opportunities for growth position is a King of Swords. It says this card reveals the opportunities or potentials for growth that are available to you right now. It represents the areas of life in which you can focus your efforts to experience personal transformation. Well, the King of Swords is a strategy card. So I'm not necessarily sure that it's coming through as a person. The King of Swords is sort of, it's about honor and yes, truth, but also integrity. And it's about saying less, listening more, and then, kind of sizing up the situation and constructing your strategy, but always from a position of honor and integrity. This is an energy of operating from a cause greater than yourself. It goes really beautifully with Empress energy, by the way. So I kind of like the opportunity for growth is maybe your way through the pain, and to resolve it is to get inspired by something new that is a cause greater than yourself. Yeah, right? Because that's always been what's helped me get through grief or sadness or pain or loss, is to get my attention on how can I give. And remember, the South Node in Virgo is about, the South Node, Virgo, is about service to others. It's one of the themes. So this might be you being open and receptive to where your heart is touched. This is Venus ruled, right? Where your heart is touched by something that you become passionate about at the ground level, and that you can then rise into a strategically rise up into a position of being able to be, what's the word I want to use? It escapes me, but it's something that you focus on to be more, I'll just say charitable, but there's another word that I'm looking for, and it escapes me right now. Philanthropic. Yeah, that's the word. And then the integration card here, this card represents how to achieve harmony between old patterns and new potentials so that you can fully embody your higher self. And you're probably saying, well, why is the Devil card there? Well, the Devil card actually has that capacity to say, yeah, the old rules don't apply anymore. I'm integrated now. I don't have to live through fear. So imagine it kind of coming through reversed. I've integrated. I don't have to be wounded anymore. I don't have to live in this little square box anymore. Those rules no longer apply. I'm living from a cause greater than myself. I'm living a higher life now, at a higher timeline now. And so the integration is achieving harmony between that past pattern of where you were more restricted, where things were more rigid, were more painful because you were constantly feeling a sense of punishment just for being who you are, the sensitive soul that you are, right? And then the new potentials, well, I can take that pain and punishment and turn it into service. Got it? where I rise above all of that, and it excites me, and it does something for me that feels so liberating. I know. And so, the devil the devil isn't a terrible energy in all ways. It's got properties, it's Capricorn. It's got properties of spiritual growth to it as well. So that's what I have for right now. Let me go ahead and look at the Three of Swords for your challenge. King of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. So this is about someone that, didn't really have your back because they were in and out. It was unsteady. It was kind of flighty, and you were often left alone or not really feeling anchored into the connection, wanting to be the queen to the king, but they were just too in and out, wasn't really stable, and often getting hurt. And she's the single person of the tarot, that Nine of Pentacles. She's also Virgo energy. So it just feels to me like that was really the problem. That's the challenge here. And now we've got this Page of Wands. I'm going to look at that. Queen of Cups, that's Cancerian energy. Ten of Wands. Yes, whoever this energy is, or whatever it is, it could be a person, it could just be something that excites you. It sort of touches your soft spot. It gets your empathy going for whatever this, I feel like it's a philanthropic or charitable project or something that relieves a lot of tension. It helps you offload so much negative karma and comes as a big relief, and it's like a wish fulfilled. It just feels like at that moment it's the perfect solution. It's the perfect solution to something that you've been carrying around for a long time, just feeling so sad about and so heartbroken about, but it comes in at the perfect time. It is the perfect strategy. Let me pull for this Devil card. Yes, there it is. Knight of Wands. It's the perfect solution that says, I'm free of this now. And I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to let my hair down. I'm going to walk on the wild side a little bit, have a little joy in my life, and do things for other people instead of sitting around and, focusing on what was taken from me or what was never offered back in return. Okay? So that is the next 18 months for Cancer Rising. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye for now. Hey guys, welcome. This is for Pisces Rising for your Nodes of Fate soul growth for 2025-2026. Here we go. That is your North Node with the Moon card. South Node is the Hermit. These will be our anchor cards for your tarot spread. But before I jump into that, don't forget, final chance to sign up for the $100 off of my private readings, Valentine's Day special. The link's below. I never do $100 off anymore. I do like 50 or 75 at most, but this is a big thank you. Pisces, you've been great. Pisces has been a long time adopter of my readings, so thank you so much for all you've done to get my channel up in the algorithms. Yay, thank you. So grab a spot if you've been wanting a private reading. Now's the time to do it. Also, this reading is very different from my other readings. It's going to go quick. It's not a storyline reading. It's not good for cross-watching or for the sun or the moon or Venus or anything. It is a specific reading for the transiting nodes of the moon. We're focusing on the North Node for the purposes of this reading. So I'll walk you through it. Let me talk to you about the house or houses that you might find Pisces in. Since you are here as Pisces rising, and we know that the rising sign falls in the first house, well, could be that you've got Pisces in the first house, but you could also have Pisces in a little bit of Pisces in the second and a little bit of Pisces in the 12th, depending on how many, we use Placidus house system and all that to say that sometimes it's more spread out. So I'm going to give you a little bit of the theme of the 12th house, the first house, and the second house. Actually, it's going to go second, first, and 12th because it moves backwards. And then the keywords for those houses. This is to personalize this reading for you so you know what areas of life, what you're looking for that you might be having some ascension with regard to up-leveling, the reset that I described in the introduction. So the second house, what one claims for themselves. That's the theme. Personal value system, relationship with money, sense of ownership, building a life on your own terms, personal finances. This is about the money you make. Possessions and property, self-worth and value, your personal resources, back to basics, money in the bank, collecting and keeping. Like, right, if you have collections or anything, that's what you keep. Security and safety for your survival needs, what you buy because you value it, okay? So it's about your creature comforts, but the second house is a money house, so keep an eye on that if you have Pisces any Pisces in the second house. And we have a theme of dissolving. You want to have your eyes on everything if there's money to be in the mix, okay? Keep an eye on your bank account. Okay, for those of you with Pisces in the first house, which will be the majority of you. Everyone will have some amount of Pisces in your first chart if you have Pisces rising. It's what one identifies with to reach their full potential. So it's the individual, personal identity, physical appearance, body image, daily energy, your personal style. Many of us are going to have a lot of up-leveling in this realm, right, in this area of life. New beginnings, independence, motivations, personal needs, self-interests, trusting your gut, and subjective perspectives, right? How you see things. And then I'll also read the 12th house for those of you where Pisces bleeds into the 12th house. It's what one releases and reviews to move forward. So it's about completion, reflection and review, undoing ego, releasing egoic expectations, subconscious motives, spirituality, idealism, private matters, secrets, hidden enemies, right? The ones you don't know about. Review process, concealed from public view, hospitals, jails, internal transformations, and trust. Okay, trust issues. So those are the areas, the second house, first house, 12th house, and the themes and the keywords that may be impacted as Pisces North Node transits through. Okay, and so you want to be paying attention to that. You're definitely going to want some grounding because those are all areas where if you feel unmoored, it will not serve you well. Okay, and remember, Virgo South Node will be completely opposite. It will occur if you've got Pisces in the second house. It will be across the way in the 8th, which is also a money house. If you've got Pisces in the first house, will be across the way in the 7th house, which is relationships. Hello. And then the 12th house opposite the 6th, which is ruled by Virgo and therefore is about our bodies, our physical stuff, our mind, our body, our daily tasks of life, and our service to others. So just giving you a little bit of that. All right, my dears. So this spread, like I said, it's different. It's not a storyline based spread. The cards have very specific position meanings. I'm going to read that to you. I do not need to clarify everything. I'll get clarity on what I think, needs to be where we need to dig a little deeper, okay? These are short and sweet, just to support what we're looking at. So, your challenge, 8 of Wands, maybe some challenge with communication, Pisces, okay. Your support, 6 of Swords, I love that for you. Getting some peace of mind, getting beyond some turbulence. The lesson to learn, 9 of Pentacles, your worth and value, and getting confidence and knowing that you've got more together than you think you do. Opportunities for growth, Temperance, That comes out for you a lot for Pisces sun, moon, rising in Venus. This is just Pisces rising, but I love that for you. And integration. Wow, 7 of Wands. That's very interesting. I kind of feel that's a taking a stand, setting your terms kind of a card. Ooh, very interesting. Okay, so the challenge here. We have this card reveals the current challenge that makes it difficult for you to align with the North Node as it's moving, right? Thus, it provides insights into what you need to overcome or work through in order to grow and create better alignment. Okay, we have the moon here, which is associated with Pisces, and right, this figure is kind of sinking and sinking and sinking and not really able to connect to her intuition, and sort of it can feel very fear-based also. So we're going to need to face our challenges with communication so that we don't lose touch with our intuition, and so that we stay aligned here. This is going to be something that you need to really overcome, is not speaking when it's important, that, you know, when you have something important to say, or when you're not understanding the terms of something that's happening. So your challenge is communication. The support card, 6 of Swords. This card represents the energies or resources available to you for aligning fully with your soul's blueprint. So it's about how to sort of keep your calm, get the peace of mind, get to calmer waters through stressful situations. And of course, the challenge will be finding the appropriate words, the best way to approach it. Sometimes Pisces rising people want to keep the peace, and so they avoid saying things that need to be said. So what's happening here is the support is the perfect words, the perfect articulation. Swords is thoughts, perceptions. 8 of Wands is then the expression of it. I like that. And then in the opportunities for growth, we have the 9 of Pentacles. This is the lessons to learn. I'm sorry. Lessons to learn. This card provides insights into the areas of personal growth and development that are currently relevant to you. So this is a going it on your own kind of a card. It's independence and autonomy, right? She is free and single. She's a single person of the tarot, but she's got everything she needs to kind of make her way in the world, and she's very confident. I kind of get the sense, and she's come through in your readings a lot, and I'm feeling like if this is a lesson to learn, that being alone and on your own is not the same as not having support around you, right? It doesn't mean, it's not the same as being without, like that you can't trust yourself. Like I'm seeing here, there's a potential that you don't feel you can trust yourself unless you're connected elsewhere. Well, you're always connected. So this is about your confidence to act independently, autonomously, because I'm feeling like there might be a fifth chakra issue of voicing something, and that's why you're getting the support of finding the right words, articulating something in a peaceful, calm, Zen-like way. So lesson to learn is you can do things independently and autonomously and do it right and do it well. And so you should have confidence and a sense of self-worth and value of what you're contributing. And then Temperance is the opportunities for growth. This card reveals the opportunities or potentials for growth that are available to you right now. It represents the areas of life in which you can focus your efforts to experience personal transformation. So I like Temperance for you because it's not just about patience, sure, balance, sure, but it's about transmutation, right? And that's what I think this Pisces North Node experience is going to feel like. I kept saying transfusion. Like I felt like transfusion, something, and transmutation's a better word. I didn't think of it when I was saying it. Somebody else had said reset, and that stuck in my head. And I'm like, okay, press the reset button. But it doesn't feel like reset's even the right word either. This card is a card of transmutation, right? And that's what I'm feeling this is going to be about. So your opportunity here for growth is to transmute energies, to take something that comes really difficult for you and to make it easy, easy breezy, smooth, like you're floating on a glass lake, right? And just getting through something calmer, tranquil. It brings peace not just to you but to others, that you can do so independently and autonomous of others, that your voice is valued, that it's comfortable, that you don't have to deliver it in a hurried fashion. Temperance is associated with Sagittarian energy, but a higher octave, so it's high spiritual value, high spiritual wisdom value. Really beautiful for that opportunity for growth of transmutation that's happening for you. And then in the integration position, we have the Seven of Wands. This card represents how to achieve harmony between old patterns and new potentials so that you can fully embody your highest self. Well, first of all, you don't want to be resistant and defensive, but you do want to take a stand for something, right? You do want to kind of sort of be assertive. And so I'm seeing some assertiveness come through, but not in a harmful way. Just sort of in a nope, I got this, right? So this is kind of coming through reversed, if you know what I mean, because in the upright, it's very much beating back a lot of negative energy coming at you with some self-protective, and there is a quality here that you're integrating that's self-protective, but it's not in an aggressive way, it's in an assertive way, it's in a confidence way, it's in a no, I got this, I'm good, let me tell you what I feel, and it's sort of transmutes the energy for all involved. That's what I see for you here, Pisces rising. So I want to look at the lesson to learn, which is the Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Cups, there's your empathy, King of Swords, and the Queen of Wands, all those court cards. Yeah, could be karmic energy that gets in the way. You're still feeling very open and empathetically connected, possibly to a King of Swords that has come through your readings. This feels relational, this part here. And the lesson to learn is, you haven't been forsaken. You're not sort of detached and not connected to this person. You can still have love in your heart and feel confident and competent. And, alone and lonely are two different energies. You might be a little lonely, but you're not alone. And use this energy wisely of this time of independence and autonomy to communicate effectively. I love that. So this could be relational. Let's see this Seven of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, assertive. I'm feeling like in your integration, it's about what's going to feel good for you, like sizing it up as you see it. You don't need to be defensive and you don't need to be resistant, and there doesn't need to be a lot of tension. It's about taking a stand for what works for you in an assertive way and deciding that in real time and kind of coming at it with some excitement even. Like, what feels the best to me? The Page of Wands is also sort of, it could be about waiting for what you hear, that right message that gets your attention. And so with the Four of Pentacles on the bottom, it's about the terms. right? I'm not going to just give everything over. I'm holding out. I'm holding back. I'm asserting myself. Well, I'll know when it feels right. I'll know when it gets my attention. I'll know when it lights me up. Unless or until I'm not going to be just, taking any action or giving anything over, because that's what I feel I'm seeing here. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna do a mutual clarification of the Eight of Wands and the Six of Swords. I feel they go together. Yep, there's the Nine of Pentacles, there's the Lovers, and the King of Cups. Yes, this is definitely relational between you and your person. And I guess you've been struggling. You will have some challenges with communication because this is somebody that is probably not having an easy time communicating their feelings. You might not have heard from them. And so you might be feeling kind of left alone to your own devices here. And choices will need to be made. And are they choosing you as you've chosen them? And it's hard to communicate with somebody that isn't communicating back. So the support that you are getting throughout this transit is having an easier time, a smooth flow of thoughts, perceptions, an easier time communicating your thoughts and feelings about this to this person or about this person. Regardless of what they have to say. And then having a clear idea or the opportunity to sort of read the tea leaves in the moment and wait and hold back until you hear something that gets your attention, sparks your interest, gets your passions going, and so that you're taking a stand for what works for you. I hope that makes sense. Because it was a little amorphous at first. I wasn't getting a clear handle until I got over here. Okay, that's what I have for you. All right, Pisces rising, you got your walk-in papers. Temperance is your friend. All the best to you for the next 18 months. Bye for now. Hey guys, Scorpio rising. Okay, let's do this. Welcome to your Nodes of Fate. Soul growth for 2025-2026. These are our anchor cards. The Moon, Pisces rising, the South Node, Pisces North Node. The South Node is the Hermit card. They will be our anchor cards for the reading. Before I jump in, don't forget the $100 off Valentine's Day special for my private readings. That ends at 11:59 p.m. tonight, February 1st. So if you have been wanting one and you forgot about it, this special has been running all week, but lots of people have jumped on board. Get your spot. I don't give $100 off just willy-nilly. So it's my thank you to all of you for being so wonderful the past few months and giving me the opportunity to make some changes to jumpstart the channel and get YouTube to pay attention to it, and it has been working. So thank you. Go grab your spot. All right, so this is a different type of a spread. It's a different type of reading based on the information that I gave you in the intro. It's not a normal kind of a spread you can do cross-watching with or for Sun, Moon, or Venus. It's just for your rising. If you're here, you should be a Scorpio rising sign. If you have Scorpio rising, then the Pisces will most likely be in your 5th house. It may also be in your 4th house. And if you look at your chart and it's somewhere other than that, put it in the comments and I'll give you more information. But while we're here, let me tell you what the 5th house and the 4th house have their themes. Because as the Pisces North Node transits the 5th house and the 4th house, that's where it's most likely going to impact you. That's where you're going to have your up leveling. That's where you're going to have all the downloads. That's where your intuition will be sharpest and most acute. So here we go. 5th house themes. What one creates and what gives one pleasure. Okay? So it's about self-expression, courage to be yourself out in the world. It's about your personal creativity, the children in your life, receiving love, pleasure. It's the dating house. Yay. It's about relating, risk-taking, fun and games, your artistic self, being strong in one's light, and performance and being seen by others, right? So if you got a little drama going and you are creative at all or artistic at all, you're thinking about having another child, hello, this could be that time. The fourth house, I've got my notes here, it's what I'm looking at, is what one uses and needs to feel at home. The fourth house is the house of home and family. So it's about life foundations, roots, your family lineage, where you come from. It's your comfort zone, home life, internalized private space, emotional processes, emotional needs and feelings. It's the house of real estate, sacred spaces, nurturing your own needs. It's the womb and mother energy as well. So those are the two houses mainly that Pisces will be falling in if you have Scorpio rising. Okay, so now that you've had the introduction and then this information, you can kind of put two and two together. All right, obviously if you have the North Node in Pisces hitting your fourth house, across the way the South Node will be in the 10th. If you have Pisces in the 5th, it'll be across the way will be in the 11th house for the South Node. So I'm not zeroing in on that as much because that's more about what's kind of being purged out, or we're not going to focus on it as much because we're sort of leaving those things behind a little bit. It's what doesn't serve us as much. I want to focus on the Pisces North Node transiting. Okay, so let me jump into the spread. I don't have to clarify all the cards because the position of the card is doing all the heavy lifting. I'll pull the cards, I'll talk to you about them, and then if I feel there's any need for extra clarifying, I will do so. Here we go. Your challenge, Empress. Okay. The support, 9 of Cups. Some wish fulfillment, feeling good. I like it. Lessons to learn, 8 of Cups. Know when it's time to leave the party. Okay, I like that. Opportunities for growth, the Star. Amazing. Faith, right? Having faith and trust that the universe has your back and will grant the wish. It's not an easy one, Scorpio rising. And the integration card is the 10 of Wands. This is like the most perfect I've seen it so far. This one actually does tell sort of a perfect story. Although this is not a spread that's designed for that. It's a very specific spread. I see the story. So the challenge card, this card reveals, let me mess with my lights here a little bit. Things are getting wonky because the sun is going down, and it says, this card reveals the current challenge that makes it difficult for you to align with the North Node. Thus, it provides insights into what you need to overcome or work through in order to grow and create better alignment. Well, this is divine feminine energy, and divine feminine energy is open and receptive. The Empress is open to receiving all that good energy that I just read to you about the 5th house and the 4th house. And you might struggle with it. It might be a challenge. So you've got this support card, this 9 of Cups. Look at that jolly old guy. This card represents the energies or resources available to you for fully aligning with your soul's blueprint. Well, this is that energy that says, just be happy with what you got. It's all good. It's all good. Some wish fulfillment coming your way. Is it the 10 of Cups now? But it's okay. Everything feels right as it should. Be open to it. Allow yourself some pleasure. Allow yourself some joy. Allow yourself some fun. Be open to receiving what feels good. And don't let great be the enemy of good. That's it. Lessons to learn. This card provides insights into the areas of personal growth and development that are currently relevant to you. Well, this is the 8 of Cups. There might be something that you kind of need to leave behind that you haven't so far, right? And it could also be about what has walked away from you that you're still kind of, a little too preoccupied with, or you're still in a little bit of misery over, or you're still kind of nursing some wounds over. So if that's your part of your situation, take that. But I'm seeing it more as, look, one of the reasons why you're going to struggle and have a challenge with being open and receptive to what's being made available to you is because you haven't sort of let go of some things that don't serve you anymore. And that's the lesson to learn. The opportunities for growth. This card is the star. It reveals the opportunities or potentials for growth that are available to you right now. It represents the areas of life in which you can focus your efforts to experience personal transformation. And the star is hope and faith. And Scorpio, rising or otherwise, struggles with that shit. Doesn't have faith in much. Scorpio is the ultimate realist of the zodiac. 8th house themes. There's death, there's taxes, there's life, there's taxes, there's death. That's it. There's birth. Let me say that again, because I just mangled it. There's birth, there's taxes, there's death. That's Scorpio. Everything else is just bullshit, right? So part of your opportunities for growth is to exercise a little hope, faith, and trust. That out there in the great expanse, there's an energy that has your back. Dreams do come true. Wishes can be granted. But you got to have a little faith and a little trust. Trust is a 12th house theme, and the 12th house is ruled by Pisces. So even though we're not talking about 12th house, I'm telling you Pisces has a signature of trust. And this is a Pisces North Node, and you have to be open and receptive to that. And that's going to be your challenge, and this is your opportunity for growth. See, I'm telling you, it's right in itself. And then the integration card here represents how to achieve harmony between old patterns, right? What you struggle with, and new potentials so that you can fully embody your highest self. Let all the shit go. Hello, Scorpio rising. You have carried this way too long. It doesn't serve you anymore. The amount of relief you will feel once you offload all this heavy negative karma, all the burden, it's time. It's way past time. So that's your integration, is the unburdening of yourself by letting go what, let what wants to come, sure, but let what wants to go. And keep moving on your journey with hope and faith and trust that the universe has your back. And don't let great be the enemy of good, because some things are really good, and be open to receiving that. Did you see how that just all told its own story? My goodness. So yeah, I want to look at the 8 of Cups. 7 of Cups. King of Wands, Page of Wands. Everybody's getting this Page of Wands. I feel like it's been confusing. You're still sort of maybe waiting, wanting a message from someone that has yet to claim your love. That's why this is your challenge. It's hard to kind of be in that energy of the Empress going forward, because you haven't let go of something that's been really confusing for you. You probably don't have the closure that you wanted or needed. A lot of unsettled emotional baggage here from someone who has only been available when it's convenient for them. And so, the growth and development will come from turning your back on this and saying, yeah, that doesn't serve me anymore. I don't want to be confused anymore. I don't want to, mess around with that anymore. It's too heavy. Let's look at the 10 of Wands. That's it. Really, seriously. Boom. The minute you offload all of it, you've got your new beginning. That feels so good. I don't even want to pull any more cards. I do want to pull for the Empress now, because now that I'm seeing this, the challenge, let's understand her better. The Moon, yes. The Strength, and the Ten of Wands. See? It wrote itself, guys. Well, thanks for being honest. Yeah, it's all fear. It's hard to be open and receptive. You have to get over those fears so you can finally release and then have your new beginning, right? That's once you integrate all of this. It is about overcoming the fear so you can be open-hearted, so that you can be open to receiving what is meant to next be on your path. And maybe it's hard to let go of something that still confuses you, that you still, desire. But that hasn't really reciprocated the feelings or done what you thought they would do. That's what I'm getting. It's like there's something unfinished here. Yeah. Okay, but I'm seeing a brand new beginning here, up-leveled for you. Once you offload this, once you overcome the fear of stepping into the fullness of your Empress energy, divine feminine energy, because once you do that, the path will be open to an Emperor being placed on it, and it may not be wrapped in a King of Wands. Wrapping. Maybe somebody totally different. Got to be open and available for that, right? That's what I have for you. All the best on your journey with the North Node in Pisces. Bye for now.